Who do you think played well? Who are you concerned about based on a couple of preseason games?
I thought Dobbs played well. Obviously, he's like the headliner. Everybody's kind of been really overwhelmed with Dobbs. And it kind of brings up the question of what you want to do at that backup quarterback position, because I think he kind of had to play really well to be in a spot where they're like, okay, Dobbs is our backup going into the season behind Brissett. But I think he's done that and given himself a chance at least for that opportunity. I would like to see them give him that opportunity. He seems like a really smart guy, and he seems to be comfortable in the offense. So I would like to see them give him that opportunity to be the backup to Brissett. I thought that Tony Fields played well. Alex Wright played really well. And Mike Harley Jr. played well, I thought. And the wide receiver, end of that wide receiver room is very interesting. I have questions, Where does Michael Woods stand, right? He hasn't played in camp at all. It was also noticeable for me that Harley Jr. returned kicks. So he played well at wide receiver and he returned kicks. Is he like their sixth wide receiver at this point? Do they even have enough room with Felton? Because what is Felton? Is he a wide receiver? Is he a running back? He's more than a wide receiver in camp. That takes a body away. Plus, there's a plethora of names. I'm going to have an article this week. Look for it at USA Today, the Browns Wire. Cut candidate, wide receiver candidate, cut bubble guys that I think would bring some experience to the room. And there's going to be guys out there like Albert Wilson was cut by the Vikings today, and he's a guy that has more experience than anybody after Donovan Peoples-Jones on the Browns roster.
Who do you think they're looking potentially at maybe even a returner? I mean, Grant's loss is, they were planning big things for him. Is there a name that kind of pops as a return guy that you could see being out there?
I don't, there are names that I looked up when I looked at returners were guys like Travis Benjamin, T.Y. Hilton potentially. I'm not really a returner. I noticed today, though, on the updated unofficial depth chart that they have Demetric Felton as their kick returner and punt returner. So that's interesting that it seems like he has the job right now. He seems okay to do the job. They're just not really in a position, I don't think, to go out and get somebody to just return or and I don't see many dual threat guys out there. I'll give you, the guys that I was looking at that are on the cut bubble, Darius Slayton is an interesting guy, Nelson Aguilar, Demarcus Robinson in Las Vegas, Scotty Miller, Andy Isabella in Arizona. There's a couple guys in Miami, Preston Williams, Lee Bowden, Denzel Mims, and as I mentioned, Albert Wilson was cut today. So those are some guys that have some experience, guys that I think it would be immediate upgrade to the wide receiver room. Are any of those guys returners? Not really, I don't think, on that list.
I think Bowden did in Kentucky, but I don't think he hasn't he has not in the NFL yet.